Peace and blessings. I am back with a look at Ciro Marchetti's Mystic Palette Fro. This was the deck that I saw Kim from Abundant Life Tarot shared, and I thought it was really beautiful. The muted tones is what really drew me in to this particular deck. So I believe there was an independent version of this published, and then this is the mass market version. So it's just the deck, and it is just a different rendition of the Mystic Palette deck in a, like, I guess a sepia tone. So if I can open it, let's see. Oh, these are big. So I liked it when I saw it because we've been doing a lot of ancestral work. I thought this would be really good because of the muted tone. It feels ancient and old. So I thought it would be a good deck to work with for those type of readings. I've got scissors. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, come on. So as I take off this plastic, I did upload a video that is for March 2024. It is the Spiritual Love Forecast, and it was really interesting because it seems that for the collective, there is the energy of the past person, a past hurt, a past situation that may be resurfacing. So check out that reading and let's look at these beautiful cards. Oh, I like these so much. So starting out, we have the Fool. I like the size of the cards. They're really big, and I like that the dreamy art that Ciro Marchetti does. So these are kind of like, I guess, a satiny kind of matte. They're not super glossy or anything. They feel pretty smooth. And I really like this card because it looks like the Fool came back with some wisdom. And then you can see there's the Fool going off on another journey, which I think is really interesting as well. Because once the Fool reaches the world, you enter into a new cycle, and hence off you go again. But I do like that the Fool is shown older because it's like each time you go back, you should have more wisdom, more knowledge from your experiences. So I like that. And the little doggies there. Oh, and so there's the Magician, and you can see that Magician also has a card in their hat. He has his magical books and is making things happen. And then we've got the High Priestess. I did an update in my deck collection, so I think I'm at like 490 something, 493 maybe. I had a couple of duplicates in there, and then there were ones that I think I had given away. So I took those out so I can make sure I have, have just an accurate count on my deck. So then we have the Empress. This is beautiful. I love the animal energy surrounding her, how her hair is nature, and like she is the water, the waterfall, the earth. That's very beautiful. And then we've got the Emperor. This reminds me of Stoicism. The Hierophant. This is a very interesting Lover's card. It's like two fools in love. And you're starting that journey with someone else, a new relationship. And I love the way that their hats come together and make a heart. And then you've got another heart there with the swans. Got the Chariot. Strength. I love the Tiger. This Hermit card is so interesting because it's like, is he looking in or are you looking out? Then we have the Wheel. And so the Wheel is holding the Fool and they're holding the World. That's really interesting. Got Justice. The Hanged Man. Got Death. Temperance. The Devil. We have the Tower. And again, like, these beings are dressed in clothing similar to that of the Fool as well. So these actually look like the lovers that we saw. And we've got the Star. The Moon. I love that, how that energy is coming out from the ocean and holding on to the pillars, and the moon is there. It's beautiful. And then we've got the Sun. What did I do with the box? Oh, it's right here. And then we have Judgment. I'll say this is one of the more, I don't know, very powerful Judgment cards, because like they're like in the graveyard. This reminds me of Thriller for some reason. That's what's coming up. But yeah, I don't know. This one's very moving to me. And you can see like the angel back there, the hand coming down, kind of like collecting the souls. Judgment was one of the cards that I just like struggled with so much, but I absolutely love what that card represents. And there is the Fool and his dog, and he is walking away there, which absolutely connects back to him there. So off on a new journey, finishing a journey, about to start another journey. Very amazing. I like that. I love the little extras that go into these cards. So, oh, that's what Kim was talking about. So yeah, it is like a mix of kind of Marseille or Pip style deck with traditional. So it's very interesting how all of that is woven together. So it's starting with the Wands, and we've got the Ace of Wands. And then there's the Two of Wands. There's the Three of Wands. I like the dragons on top of the staffs there. The Four. I like the fireworks. And there's the Five of Wands. The Six. We've got the Seven of Wands. The Eight of Wands. The Nine of Wands. There's the 10 And then we have the page. I'm loving the dragons. So we've got the page. You can see the little dragon there. The knight. And then we have the queen. And the king of wands. And then we go into, yep, the cups. These are not labeled, so they just have the Roman numeral on them and then the name of the court card. So here we have the Ace of Cups in a shell. And there's the Two of Cups. I love how this is underwater, like statues underwater, and you can see like the weathering, but they're still there. And we've got the Three of Cups with the mermaids. I love mermaids. There is the Four of Cups. So one of the things that I notice and like in this deck is that, like with the Six of Wands, there was the woman on the horse. There are older people in the deck. So there's like a variety of way that people are featured. And I really do like that. So here we have where we're at, Five of Cups. That is so emotional and so powerful because it's like all these little cups have shattered or fallen apart. And there's that giant one right there out the window, but she's so distraught looking at what is falling down around her that she doesn't notice the blessing that is right outside the window. And there's the Six of Cups. I love the whimsy and the imagination. It's like, it reminds me of like sweet memories and like I said, imagination, things like that. And there is the Seven. And then we've got the Eight of Cups. This feels like washing it all away. This feels more of like an energetic cleansing, and like you have no other option but to let it go because she is in the water and you can see the waves are coming and we don't know how far out she is, if she's coming back, if she's going in. Like this just, I love the way that the stories in these cards can come alive. So then we have the Nine of Cups. Lots of options to refill your cup there with the different places, the winery, the vineyard right there. And there's the Ten of Cups. And there is the page. Look at the sea turtle, the page. And you have the Knight. Now this Knight looks like he means business. It's like, I'm giving you the cup. Like, this is not optional. You're gonna take this cup. Not forceful, but stern. He means business. And there's the Queen of Cups. And this king, like, oh my gosh, look at his face. And the swordfish, or is that a sailfish? I'm gonna say it's a swordfish. But he has this softness, but this wise energy to him. Like you can feel the energy of what the King of Water, the King of Cups represents. Oh my gosh, I love the artwork and the muted tones. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. I might have also gotten the regular one too. Yeah, I've been doing a lot. But it's okay. It's okay. I've been treating myself a bit and it's all good. So here we have the swords, one of my favorite suits. Look at that. That's so powerful. Look at the eyes on the bird, the focus, and just think about the perspective. Yep, that's an eagle, right? Mm-hmm. That eagle eye perspective. There was, I think it was, I don't know, maybe National Geographic or something where I saw that, I think it ravens that would attack eagles or something. Well, whatever bird would attack an eagle, instead of the eagle trying to like fight it off or whatever, the eagle just flies high. It keeps going higher and higher and higher because it knows that at a certain altitude, that bird cannot go as high or as far as the eagle can go. So eventually the bird will pass out from lack of oxygen and the eagle will be fine. And I just thought, like, how beautiful and symbolic that is for them to be that wise instead of, and that's reminds me of, who said that? When they go low, we go high, that same type of vibe, that same energy, because, you know, having that intelligence, that awareness, it is knowing what battles to fight, right? Picking and choosing your battles. And some enemies are not worth the fight because all you got to do is keep rising to the top, and they're not going to be able to reach you there because they're not on that wavelength or that vibration. So I really love that. And here we have the Two of Swords. I was trying to figure out if her dress was made of feathers. I don't think it is, but there's the Two of Swords. This is interesting because usually the Two of Swords, we see them like outside and like their back is turned to water, but here it's like she's in this almost ornate room. I want it to stay a stone room, but if you look at the art, it's kind of distorted, which is really interesting. So it's like almost being disoriented and not knowing which way to go, and you're cut off from nature. So I don't know, I just thought that was really interesting that this was showing her inside and not in the typical outdoor setting. And here we have the Three of Swords. Oh, the pain in his face, the swords at his back. This is one of my favorite cards, and I really appreciate the sword suit. Maybe because I'm an air sign, but also because it's one of the more challenging suits where, you know, a lot of times people just see the problems in the cards with the Three of Swords, with the Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. But like, even though like on his hand, you can see a little bit of what looks like blood, but like he's okay. And one of the meanings for the Three of Swords that comes up for me is a lot of times the situation that hurt us, it's over, it's done with, you know, but we're kind of holding on to the emotional pain, like reliving it in our mind. And yes, that is absolutely valid. But it just reminds me at some point we have to choose a new story for ourselves and choose whether or not we're going to release the pain of an experience and allow ourselves to move on. So then we have the Four of Swords. This is very dreamy. And then we got the Five of Swords. I like how he's coming out of the ground because it's almost like the divine stepped in and was like, give me the swords. Like, y'all are not doing what you're supposed to do. It's almost like how, you know, if you, you know, siblings are fighting over toys or whatever, the parent just comes and just takes it. Now nobody has it. That's what this feels like to me. And then there's the Six of Swords. She's moving on. She's in there, I think, by herself. Yeah, I don't see anyone rowing the boat unless I'm just not seeing properly. But it's interesting. I'm trying to see if the swords, if they're part of the boat, or is her boat about to flow through the swords. But this to me feels more like protection. I'm going to assume that the swords are part of like the, what is that, the bow or the hull of the ship? I don't know. But yeah, it's almost like, you know, it's protected, like where she's going, she's safe, she's protected. It reminds me of a energy protection process that I do for myself as well. So here we have Hawk. Hey, that's my other buddy. So we've got the 7 of Swords with the Hawk there. Oh, look at the cardinal. I love that. I'm seeing so many of my animal friends. So there's the 8 of Swords with the cardinal. And there is the 9 of Swords. I like how some of the characters are like holding the symbols of like the glyphs from the zodiac. Oh, wow, look at this 10 of Swords. This is beautiful. It's almost like divine protection. And you can see the lights coming in from the sword and like the angel's wings. I don't know if you've watched, what's that show, Lucifer? And he fell in love, and when he was around, I forget her name, but the girl that he liked, he didn't have his powers, his strength, and there was a situation where he had to wrap his wings around her, so he was taking on the bullets that were coming, and you could see like the red stains on his wings. That's what this reminds me of. Like spirit covered and protected you. Or if this, because he is carrying the jester hat from the Fool, it's almost like whatever challenge occurred, you were transformed from it. It elevated you to the next level. So then we have the Page, the Knight, the Queen. Hold on, I want to see something with the Page. Oh, okay. And then we have the King. Oh, the eagle's back with the King. I love it. I was trying to see if the Knight had an animal, but he did not. And so now we're moving into the pentacles or the coins. So we've got the Ace here. Lots of nature energy. The 2 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles. Oh, look at this. The 4 of Pentacles, the squirrel collecting his nuts or his pentacles for the season to come. I like that. What's that? Sun in Capricorn? Makes sense. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles. This is such a different depiction, like being open to receive. Wow, I like that. Because usually we see the 2 figures outside of the church, and it looks like this figure went in to get what they needed instead of wandering in the wilderness, being out in the cold. And there is the 6 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles. That's so beautiful. There's the 8 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles. They're in a tropical paradise and everything is safe. Like this reminds me of the Amazon or, you know, a remote area that has not been touched by man, where the animals are living in harmony, the flora, the fauna, everything is thriving within its ecosystem. And the animals, the land has what it needs. It still is filled with its resources. I think that's beautiful. So we have the page here. The knight. Oh, it was on the helmet. I didn't notice that. I'm going to go back and look at the other knight. The Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the king there with the stag. My incense is blowing all over. So this is the Mystic Palette Tarot, a vintage vision by Ciro Marchetti. This deck-only edition of renowned tarot artist Ciro Marchetti's Transcendent Mystic Palette Tarot batches his intricately detailed designs in a warm amber glow. Shades of sepia and rose recall a golden era of fortune-telling with all its old world charm, while Ciro's whimsical and surreal scenes speak of brighter futures. Grounded in Rider-Waite-Smith tradition, this deck will serve as a launchpad for your intuition and creative visualization. Mystic Palette Tarot. This is a gorgeous deck. I really do appreciate those, just the warm, muted tones. And I love the artwork because it is quite fantastical, but still grounded, and it lets my imagination play. So, what did I do with the Fool? I mixed them up in there somewhere. But yeah, it's probably at the end with the World because I pulled them out together. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it was stuck in the box. So there's the Fool again for you. Thank you for taking a peek at the Mystic Palette Tarot deck. It is beautiful. The cards are quite bigger than a standard deck, but I kind of like that because then I get to see the artwork. I love that it is also borderless and that there's so much detail in each of the characters' faces. I love that there's a variety of characters. They seem to be older. There are I love the weaving in of the nature elements, and that even with it being somewhat of a pip style deck, there's still enough of a vivid scenery where it's going to stimulate my vision, my imagination. So that is it. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to read with this deck. I've got to, one, figure out a storage system so when I'm looking for my decks, I can easily find them. And two, I also, I can't get this closed. There we go. Yeah, I've got to figure out how I'm gonna organize my decks on my shelf. And I think I shared that I updated my deck collection spreadsheet so that it is more accurate, which I'm really grateful for because now things are more realistic. I had a few duplicate decks in there that shouldn't have been, and then ones that I had given away. So I took those out, and it's feeling good. It's feeling really good. So I have a lot more decks to share with you, especially since I just got my collection back. I would like to do more videos around tarot, how I work with the cards, and of course get into doing more readings. So definitely check out the March 2024 reading about past lessons and future love, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.